Don't let Vane eat your attacks.
Wait, what?
I'll show you exactly how to break through his trap card in this video. Vane can tank hits and dish them right back at you with his super armored 5U, aka breakthrough. But don't be fooled. It actually starts up in 3 frames. If the timing is just right, you can clip him in its startup. So when you go for pressure with gaps smaller than 2 frames, he can't cheese you. A Giga Chad like Vane doesn't need a true meterless reversal anyway. It's an excellent tool to use when he's minus on block, aka Abare. What makes this move even better is that the more damage he takes, the harder it hits. And the armor eats up just about anything, even supers. Once Vane players are taking damage and holding you, there's no limit to the sheer amount of hits Vane can take. And your block string will probably end before his armor times out. Vane can even tank for 1,000 frames in some cases. And he's basically a zombie since he can't die from the chip damage. So look out for moments when Vane reels back with his axe raised and your hits feel shallow. It even reduces the pushback on your moves to make it easier for him to punish you. You could throw him out of the armor before the strike comes out. But that's only if you're able to react to that small window of opportunity, especially after your hit getting shrugged off. You can make this more likely to happen by favoring faster moves when the enemy Vane is likely to use breakthrough. Like when taking your turn back, a dash light puts you closer to him while giving you a bigger window to throw and not get punished. The strike goes about 1 Coliseum tile away. It has a 7-frame startup that isn't armored. Without getting hit, the earliest total startup for the strike is 25 frames, and it's 51 if he holds it. He can cancel into this move, but he can't cancel it, meaning that the strike is guaranteed to go off eventually. So I've seen where people try to spot dodge it, or use invincibility after hitting him, but there's no telling when the strike will actually activate, making this strategy unreliable. Another advantage of using fast moves against him is that he might be unable to punish them with the strike startup like your dash light. It's -5 on block and punishable frame data-wise. In theory, you should be able to punish with a close light, but the pushback prevents this, unless you're Belial with a god like 2L. Throwing after blocking seems good because it could outspeed his normals if you're close enough, and the reduced pushback from hitting the armor makes this scenario even more likely. Just hold forward after blocking it and throw as you get in range. As a matter of fact, going for a throw is better than usual when he's minus, since he might try to armor through you taking your turn back. But it's actually a pretty good deal if you notice midway and only block it, because you could get away with robbing his HP. And breakthrough doesn't do chip damage anyway. If you get hit or punished, Vane gets pressure on a platter because he's +4 and just in range to start up some dash light mix. While on a counter hit, he gets a hard knockdown, leaving him +41. This lets him do a safe jump from anywhere on the screen. 48 total frames on its fastest whiff looks like an easy punish, and making it whiff will give you more of a punish than blocking it. Simply said, another way of beating it is just being outside of its 1-tile range. Do you want to see more guides that show you exactly how to counter the latest and greatest, new characters and top tiers? Then don't hesitate to subscribe.